You think you're being kind. You think you're being a team player. You think that by taking on that extra project, attending that draining dinner, or helping that friend who only calls when they need something, you are maintaining peace. But here is the psychological reality. Every time you say yes to someone else out of guilt or obligation, you are saying a silent, violent no to yourself. We've been programmed to believe that no is a bridge burner, a word that makes us difficult, selfish, or cold. But the truth is actually the opposite. The person who cannot say no eventually has nothing left to give. You aren't being helpful, you're being hollowed out. You are trading your internal peace for an external mask of compliance. Today, we're looking at the biology of the people pleaser, the evolutionary fear of rejection, and how one two-letter word is the only thing standing between you and a total psychological hardware crash. Think about the last time you agreed to a favor you secretly hated. Maybe it was staying late for a boss who doesn't appreciate you, or saying sure to a social event when you were physically exhausted. Do you remember that tightness in your chest? That wasn't kindness. That was resentment. When you say yes out of guilt, you're not helping. You're performing. You show up, but you're not present. You're physically there, but mentally, you're calculating how much time you're losing. You're running a background script of frustration that eats up your cognitive bandwidth. The consequences aren't just mental, they're physiological. You lose sleep because your brain is looping through the tasks you pushed aside. You lose focus because your schedule is no longer yours. Eventually, you lose your identity. You become a support character in everyone else's movie, while your own script is gathering dust in a drawer. The pain of the yes is a slow leak. It's the death of 1,000 concessions. You aren't building relationships. You're building a prison made of other people's expectations. And the worst part? People get used to the prison version of you. They don't even know the real you anymore. Why is no so terrifying? Why does it feel like a physical weight in our throats? It's evolutionary. Thousands of years ago, being disagreeable meant being kicked out of the tribe. In a primitive world, being alone meant certain death. There were no supermarkets or locked doors. There was only the group. If the group didn't like you, you were finished. Because of this, your brain literally processes social rejection. In the same area, it processes physical pain, the anterior cingulate cortex. To your primitive mind, saying no to a coworker feels like being chased by a predator. Your heart rate spikes, your palms sweat, and your fight or flight system kicks in. We also suffer from what psychologists call the spotlight effect. We overestimate how much people care about our refusal. We think they'll remember our no forever, analyzing it, judging us for it. In reality, most people are so wrapped up in their own lives that they forget your refusal in 5 minutes and simply move on to the next person who might say yes. Your brain is sounding a false alarm, protecting you from a social death that simply doesn't exist in the modern era. Most of us were raised on a diet of conditional approval. From a young age, we were told, be a good kid, don't make a scene, share your toys even if you don't want to. We learned a dangerous equation. Yes equals love. Over time, this develops into what psychology calls the Fawn Response. It is a survival protocol, where we neutralize potential threats by being overly helpful. It's a way of saying, if I make everyone happy, no one can hurt me. If I'm indispensable, I'm safe. But here's the cold, hard truth. If your value is based entirely on you've become a tool rather than a person. And the moment you stop being useful, you'll find that the love you worked so hard to earn was actually just a transaction. It's time for an internal audit. You need to stop reacting and start deciding. First, implement the 24-hour rule. Never say yes on the spot. When a request comes in, via text, email, or in person, your default response should be, let me check my calendar and get back to you. This kills the guilt reflex. It creates a buffer zone where your logical brain can override your primal fear. Next, practice the soft no. You don't need a 10-minute excuse. In fact, giving an excuse actually invites people to negotiate. If you say, I can't because I'm busy, they will try to help you unbusy yourself. Instead, try, I can't commit to that right now, but thanks for thinking of me. Period. No because, no, I'm so sorry. Remember, a no to a low-priority task is a yes to your deep work. A no to a toxic friend is a yes to your mental health. Every no is a brick you use to build the walls of your own empire. You are the architect of your time. If you don't design your life, someone else will design it for you. And I promise you, they haven't planned much for your happiness. At the end of the day, people will respect you more for your boundaries than for your chores. The right people, the ones who actually care about your well-being, will stay. They will respect your time because they see that you respect your time. The wrong people, they will leave. And that's exactly the point. Let them. Stop building other people's empires with the bricks of your own life. Your energy is finite. Your time is non-refundable. Your yes only has value if you are brave enough to say no. Go find your no today. Your future self is waiting for the time you're about to give back to the